Welcome to our very special Operation Greatness podcast, my friend. If you're one of our chapter leaders leading your own Operation Greatness chapter through operationgreatness.com/leader, then you're getting the video of this and you would see that I'm wearing the normal Operation Greatness shirt we would use today, except this is our celebration of love. So I take off that shirt to expose our shirt that says I love you on it, because guess what? I love you. This is our celebration of love special broadcast. And symbolically, I'm creating this Operation Greatness podcast on Valentine's Day, the day of love, except this is the celebration of love. Every day is our celebration of love. So no matter when you're seeing this or hearing this, this is your celebration of love. And to renew your celebration of love every day is imperative for you being true to yourself as the love you are. I want you to really hear this message, because you are here on the planet to give love. You are the source of love for the earth, for humanity, for your family, for your friends, for your community, for your neighbors. You are the source of love. You are the infinite wellspring of love. And not just any love, not just romantic love, not just friendship love, not just brotherly love, sisterly love, love toward animals. No, for infinite love. You are the wellspring of infinite love. I want you first to recognize that, to acknowledge that, to open fully to that being your every moment experience, because that is you. That's the real you. Anything other than that is from ego, which means, well, think of it this way. Like when you say, well, in Sanskrit is a very metaphysical language, and there's the word dharma, which means you are aligned with your nature, and then the opposite of that is the word adharma. They put an A in front of it in Sanskrit. It means not. And what is the word ego? Because when you're adharmic, that means you're going against your nature, you're living contrary to who you are, and that's your source of of misery, unhappiness, struggle, challenge, pain, suffering, misery, when you're going against nature, and your nature is love. And what do we call the opposite of that? Well, think of the word ego. What does ego mean? It means not God. Like when I say good morning to you or good day, and I say God morning, God day, because you're meant to live your life as the expression of God you are. And you could say, what does that mean? That means expression of love you are. And what does that mean? That means being of greater service to more people. That's who you are. You're the wellspring of infinite love. You are how God is blessing the world. That's why in all my podcasts and all my videos and everything, because this is my message and everything I do, the message is you are God's instrument for miracles. You are how God is blessing the world through your life. Because this is who you are. You are the wellspring of infinite love for the planet, for the world, for humanity. This is who you are. And what is the opposite of love? Ego, ignorance. And you could say knowledge is the representation of God, and ignorance is the representation of lack of love, absence of God. So, ego means not God. It is that simple. And you've seen probably ego as an acronym for edging God out, which I think is brilliant and accurate as well. So, are you coming from or living from or controlled by ego or God or love? Well, yes, right? You are controlled. That's who you are. That's aligned with your nature. That is dharmic for you. That is who you are. And if you're against that, that's your source of misery, challenge, suffering, pain, hurt, I said misery already, unhappiness, all sorts of struggle, hardship, suffering. That's all a result of limiting the unlimited. And how is it ever possible to even conceive or imagine yourself doing that? Because why would anyone attempt or have the arrogance or selfishness to think that it's even possible to limit the unlimited? And yet, that's what ego is, right? It's the absence of recognition of the omnipotence of God or of love. I mean, that's one of the core fundamental beliefs or truths in all major religions, is that God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. And what does omnipresent mean? Present everywhere. There is nowhere God is not, including and especially within you, right? And with that being your absolute knowing, I am here to extend God. I am here to express love. I am the wellspring of infinite love. That's why I am here. That's my purpose. That's all I need to do is extend God or extend love. Then you're opening as that instrument for miracles. Because you, after all, you are God's gift to the world. If you've seen my other podcasts or shows, Operation Greatness Chapter Meetings is what these conversations really are, because we're going through them as the Elevating Humanity community and as our chapter leaders in our Private Wealth Alliance. We're going deeper within all of our conversations, both of which are yours through operationgreatness.com/leader. You've seen me say this before, or heard me if you're not doing the videos. The videos are for our chapter leaders as part of our chapter leader Private Wealth Alliance. All of this is through operationgreatness.com/leader. Then you've seen me say this before, or heard me at least, that I love this quote, and I don't remember who said this originally. We've talked about this in previous shows because it's so paramount for you to embrace this insight, the fact that your life is God's gift to you. What you do with your life is your gift to God. Think of yourself as the instrument, God's instrument, God's gift to the world, God's instrument for miracles. I mean, like the American flag, I love this representation because, the staff of the flag is what? It's like a hollow flute, And the hollow flute is the representation of the instrument you are, where God is playing that instrument, and your function, your purpose, your role, your duty is to be God's instrument for miracles in the world. And that means what? It means opening yourself, keeping yourself attuned to God, present with God, right? And to make sure that there's no obstructions in any of the air holes for the flute. It's called the shakuhachi flute in Japanese, which means the hollow flute. And that's such a beautiful metaphor for how you are here to live your life as God's instrument for miracles, as the gift you are of love to the world. You see how beautiful that is? Because there's no question of, it's all from ego. You recognize that. If there is any thoughts of, the other day, I was even allowing myself to get a little down about this. This is something I have only shared with 2 people. And the first was somebody asked me how my day was going. It's a close friend I have. And I was kind of like, well, I don't know. I was telling her that I was a little down because one of my team members keeps track of how many posts I'm making on Twitter and how many people share, how many people repost what I'm sharing on there. I'm at Daniel Klatt, by the way. If we're not connected yet, then let's change that now, because I share so many things. And I was, for a moment, a little disheartened because not too many, well, first of all, Twitter has what you might call it extreme censorship on there, and Facebook is the same, and those are probably everyone else's too. Those are just where I play the most online. I have 182,500 followers, I think, on Twitter now, and my average post is probably around 181 views. So that means more than 999 out of every 1,000 people asking to see my posts are not being able to even see them. In other words, Twitter is blocking 99.9 plus percentage of my posts, and Twitter bills itself, promotes itself, markets itself as the, quote, free speech platform, but the oppression there is 99.9 plus percent. And Facebook, they don't even show me how many people see my posts there. So I think the oppression there is probably at least that level and maybe more. But anyway, so I was kind of getting down one day about 3 days ago because I wasn't getting people, I wasn't having the impact, because I'm here to be of service or extend love, and this is why you are here as well. And so I was just feeling a little frustrated, and this woman who asked me how my day was, she said something great, which is, the premise is, the insight she was sharing was, you're here to follow your highest excitement, and I invite you to recognize that yourself. And it's my highest excitement to post a message of love, to extend love through the work I'm doing. And that is my gift to the world. And this is called karma yoga, by the way. We'll talk a little about this later, I think, in this conversation, our celebration of love. And I'm so grateful for you receiving the love from God, that this celebration of love is for all of us. So you're opening fully, completely now to the presence of God, of which you are God's extension in the world, and God is spreading love through you, feeling this yourself, opening to the love you are, or the hollow flute you are, and the presence of God is what I call it, or the presence of the Holy Spirit is how maybe you experience that yourself, is playing the flute because you are God's instrument for miracles in the world. So the love coming through you as God's gift to the world is going out there through you fulfilling your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma, by you having the impact your life is meant to be, and you serving more people, sharing love is how I feel that, and what that means is being of greater service to more people. By you just letting go and letting God play the instrument, and beautiful music is coming out of you, and that's your life's work in being of greater service, and that's your source. By you doing that, by you opening fully to that, by you not holding back. And why would you ever hold back? Because of fear is the only reason, and that's of ego, not God, right? By you opening fully and allowing God to play the beautiful music that is your gift, the gift you are, the level of you allowing that, opening to that fully, 100% out of 100%, 100 out of 100, opening fully to being the gift you are, for God to play the instrument you are as God's gift to the world, 100%, that is your 100% happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, impact, meaning, contribution. That's what your life fulfillment is. 100 out of 100. Not holding back at all because of fear, not limiting the unlimited, not limiting or stifling or obstructing God's ability to bless the world through the gift you are. You recognize that this is your work, right? Opening fully 100 out of 100, 100% to God, blessing the world through your life, through you as God's gift to the world. I mean, how else will God or Spirit or the universe or life or prana or the Holy Spirit bless humanity or the earth or the world other than through you? I mean, think about that. Really hear that statement. How else can God bless the world other than through you? Through you opening fully to the presence of God, seeking full expression through your life. How else is that going to happen other than through you? So open fully to allow that to happen. Because, I mean, when's the last time you've seen a hand reach down from the skies and offer gold to people? Well, no, that doesn't happen. It's not, or there's no, like it doesn't ever rain gold coins. That would knock people out and smash windows and cause accidents and whatever. No, God blesses the world through your life. Is there any other way? Can you even conceive of or imagine any other way that God is moving in the world to be of service or to bless people or to touch people or to shine love and grace and beauty than through your life? That's how it works. So I want you to really fully recognize that, and I mean really fully recognize that. Wow. So I'm getting chills here. How are you responding to this? Wow, something, he's right. If I'm holding myself back, if I'm afraid, or if I'm like, what would people think? If I shine my light fully, they might be intimidated. Well, okay, if they're coming from ego, if they're blocking God, think about what happens when you try to dam a river, right? Because what is God other than movement, flow? It's called prana, which means life force, vital life force, or the force in Star Wars, if you follow that. And currency, right? Currency, we call that money. What is that other than the movement, the flow of God, right? That's a beautiful insight for you to really deeply hear, absorb, contemplate, reflect upon, meditate on, see, recognize, acknowledge, experience, and no longer limit that flow, because that's the presence of God moving in your life out into the world through the instrument, through the gift you are, right? Currency, the flow of life force, prana, energy, the Holy Spirit is seeking to flow from God through you out into the world, and that's how you are the gift, God's instrument for miracles. And if you're obstructing that flow, like putting a dam in a river, where does that water flow, that life force flow, builds up, and it creates pressure on that obstruction? Because life is movement, life is motion, God is flowing always. You could even think of love as a verb instead of a noun, because then it's current, it's active, it's fluid, it's in the moment. It's not like, this is a tangent, and yet this is our celebration of love, so reflect on this as well. Like when I dated this woman for 16 years, her dad was from old Mexico, and they were maybe more, like macho. What does that mean? That's kind of like not really aligned with the flow of God or the presence of love. And like her mom knew that her dad loved her, but he never said that. And I think maybe she once said to him, like, how come you don't tell me you love me anymore? Or maybe my girlfriend, the 16-year lover that I had, would ask her dad, why don't you tell mom how much she means to you? Oh, she knows. It was kind of like just taken for granted. Oh, I don't have to say that because she knows. Well, what would that be? That's an obstruction of love, a blocking of the flow of God. Because, yes, by your actions, like this girlfriend used to say, show me, don't tell me. Show me you love me, don't tell me you love me. And yet that was maybe the dad's way, but maybe the mom's way was, I need to hear it, as well as see it, as well as feel it and experience it, because that's another form of blocking love. Limiting the unlimited. And how is it possible for you to even conceive or imagine that it's possible or even comprehensible for you to even fathom or imagine yourself limiting the unlimited? And yet if you're not, show me, don't tell me. My shirt says, I love you, period. Nothing comes after that. There's no limit to that. And yet, how much do the people in your life know how you feel about them, how much they matter to you? Or is it more like, oh, they know that, I don't have to tell them that? Well, no, maybe they need to hear you say that and see you show that, how much they matter. And yet, like there's 4 love languages, or is it 5? 5 love languages. One of them is words of affirmation, telling people how much they mean to you. Some people need to hear that. And then gifts, physical gifts, is another way some people feel loved, and they don't with hearing the words. Like this woman I dated for 16 years, she was more like, show me, don't tell me. So it's like the little things. And acts of service is another way people feel loved. Like if I take out the garbage for you, if I say, oh, here, you've had a long day at work, so I made you your cocoa, so I know that you feel loved when someone brings you hot cocoa. Or like leaving a mint or something on the pillow, or a little note in your purse for you to find when you're, whatever, getting your makeup or whatever people do. I don't know what women do, but, acts of service. So that's kind of like show me, don't tell me. And then what are the other ways? Quality time is a big way. When I am with you, I am not on the phone, the dumbing device, the agent of disconnection, distraction, disempowerment, division, despair. No, when we're together, I'm 100% present with you, because that's another important way for me to show love and for us to be in communion, which means love. Right? And the 5th way of people feeling loved is physical touch, right? For me to, I like to have my arm around you, or to be in physical contact with you, because that, like we're holding hands, or I'm kissing you, or, if we're dating each other, not if we're normally just, this is a specific application of romantic love, and yet is it, because it applies to all forms of love. Some people, like right here, you're hearing the words of affirmation. I love you, you matter. I know how much you are, how needed you are in the world, how much your love is needed in the world, because you're here for a very important purpose, and I so respect and revere you as God's gift. I see the best in you. I know how much you matter. I know how by you opening fully to the full expression of love, your life is destined to be. Not holding back, not playing small, not limiting that in any way. How much of a difference you are making in the world. How much better the whole world is because of you honoring who you are and allowing that full expression of God as your life experience. I know how much of a difference you are having on the world. I know how much better the world is. I know how much more loving the whole world is because of you opening to the love you are. And I'm so grateful for you doing that right here now and receiving the full extent of the gift you are, because you have to open fully to God before you can extend or express God fully, or express love fully. You have to receive that love 100% yourself before you can extend 100% yourself. That's why I say your work is opening to love, and your purpose is extending love completely, fully, 100%. And that means opening to God, receiving God fully, and extending God fully in the world. And that means being of greater service to more people, not holding that back in any way. So you're hearing that, right? And now you're doing that, right? Because the light you are is dispelling the darkness in the world. You're here to shine your light. And that means extend God, extend love, be of greater service to more people. That's your purpose. And that's you being the gift you are. You are God's gift to the world, and you're here to be that gift. Not hold back, not play small, not limit that, not diminish that in any way. Never say, oh, who am I? I don't matter. Like that 16-year lover that I had, she used to say, hi, it's just me. No, it's me. I'm a source of light in the world. I mean, you don't have to say that, but that's how you're not limiting who you are. It's not just you. I am a gift of love for the world, for you to receive that, acknowledge that, recognize that. That's how you're sharing that. You hear that, right? If you think of yourself as small, uneventful, unmeaningful, insignificant, inconsequential, unworthy, unloving, someone who doesn't matter, that's diminishing God. I mean, like if you think it's possible for you to limit the unlimited down to just this one simple little dot, when really you're 1,000 times brighter than the Milky Way galaxy, and that's the full opening of love that you are. How could you think that it's possible to limit the unlimited to just a small spark? You see how much brighter you are and how much more light you have to shine, to share, to dispel the darkness? And I mean, think of, okay, so we talk about between 0 and 100%, where 0 is representing 100% ego or not God or ignorance or unlove, and 100% is 100% open to God, not holding back or limiting the unlimited in any way. The example of that we can all recognize is what? Jesus Christ. He was the example of 100% open to receiving and extending God, not limiting the unlimited in any way, right? And that's why I say your purpose is opening 100% to God, receiving God yourself at that level of 100 out of 100, and that's your work, and your purpose is extending God 100 out of 100, 100%, not limiting the unlimited in any way. And Jesus famously said, this is how I learned it, and then I looked it up later in the quote from the Bible. I don't remember the verse anymore. It's a little differently worded, but the message from Jesus personally to you is that all these things I have done, you will do yourself. And what does that mean? Opening 100% to God, to the infinite and unlimited, seeking full expression in your life. And then what did Jesus add? All these things I have done, you will do yourself. And then what did he add? And so much more. Jesus was the light showing you the way to open fully 100% to the presence of God, seeking full expression through your life, as your life. And so for anyone to think, it's just me, I don't matter, I'm insignificant. No, there's no limit to the unlimited. You're here to open fully to the presence of God, seeking full expression because you are God's gift to the world. And God is seeking to work fully in your life to bless the whole world. And you're doing that especially through operationgreatness.com/leader, leading your own Operation Greatness chapter among all your online friends, being that source of inspiration, that source of them opening fully to 100 out of 100, 100% open to the presence of God in all of their lives, all of the friends they have, every one of their online friends, as well as everyone in their local areas, by you leading your own Operation Greatness chapter and blessing the lives of every one of your online friends and everyone in your local community or area or region. How much more is God blessing everyone through your life, through the gift you are? And then every one of the people you have blessed, blessing the lives of everyone they are then blessing, all their online friends and everyone in their local area as well. You see, like they say, a smile is the gift that keeps on giving. Like right here, you smiling, and what is that? That's extending love, extending God, being of greater service to more people. And then, how many people are you touching just with your smile? And it didn't cost you to extend love through the smile, through your gift of love, right? So the gift of love, I'm getting chills here too. The gift of love by you, for example, giving the gift you are to all your online friends through your Operation Greatness chapter, and then all your online friends are opening to 100% open to God, expressing through their lives and blessing every one of their online friends as the gift of love that keeps growing and growing and growing, or flowing and flowing and flowing. So all of their online friends then opening 100% to God as well. This is all a result of you opening fully to that which is the infinite and unlimited. I call that God myself, yourself. So by you opening fully to God and not limiting the unlimited, and how many online friends do you have? Like I mentioned, 182,500 people on Twitter connected with me, and then Facebook is like 5,100 or whatever, and the other ones. By me opening fully and not limiting God to bless their lives, allowing them to be transformed, liberated, inspired, for God to bless and serve them, and then them opening and blessing the lives of all of their friends. So how many online friends are you blessing right here with your online chapter of Operation Greatness, and also leading everyone in your local area? I have 182,000 people on Twitter, and then Sedona has maybe 15,000 people, and then the village of Oak Creek might be another 10 or 15,000, and then Cottonwood is maybe 35,000. And Flagstaff is maybe 60,000 or 80,000, I don't know. I mean, so that's like another 100 and some thousand people, right? And, you know, the whole area here is maybe, I don't know, but then Phoenix is like, what, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5 million people or something. I don't know how many people that is. And I mean, so there's no limit to how much good you or how much God you can do in the world. That's what I want you to really understand. By you leading your chapter, opening fully to God, allowing God to bless others through the gift your life is, the gift you are, and then God moving through all of those people, like all your online friends. Do you have 3,600 people? I mean, if you just get 1,200 of your online friends leading their own chapters through your Operation Greatness chapter through operationgreatness.com/leader, and then those 1,200 people are leading their 1,200 people, you have allowed God to transform the lives of 1,440,000 people. 1,440,000 people are blessed, transformed, liberated because of you saying yes to allowing God to work fully through you. Right here, now, through this conversation, through this gift, through you saying yes to God and no longer limiting the unlimited, and then those 1,440,000 people allowing God to bless their 1,200 people. Now, like I said, the gift of one smile lighting up so many other people's lives, the gift of the presence of God, you are extending to the world. Those 1,440,000 people blessing or allowing God to work through them to bless their 1,200, you, my friend, have now blessed 1.72 billion people. I mean, other than perhaps Jesus, and I think of Mahatma Gandhi as the other example of this. I mean, Jesus, blessed, is it more than billions of people? I think so. And Mahatma Gandhi, God working through his instrument for miracles, blessed the lives of 1 billion people in India who are free from tyranny as a result of how his instrument was the source of miracles. Other than those two, I don't know if we can call Jesus a person necessarily. He was a man, but also, God's instrument for miracles. Well, I mean, 1.72 billion people, just by you getting your 1,200 people to get their 1,200 people, that's the impact of your life. That's the value of the gift you are. You are God's gift to the world. This is our celebration of love. So this is so important for you to recognize the importance of the love that you are. So pause and reflect on the value of your life. By you shining your light as brightly as the sun, as brightly as 10,000 suns, as brightly as 10,000 galaxies, because there's no limiting the unlimited. You are here as God's instrument for miracles. You are God's gift to the world. You are not holding back or limiting the unlimited in any way now. And this is how you are extending love. This is our celebration of love. So you're first receiving that love yourself. I feel so held. I feel so warm and snuggly and complete. I feel whole and complete as I am, as God's instrument for miracles. I'm not holding back or playing small or limiting God in any way anymore, ever again. How could I have ever done that? Because I I was allowing fear to limit me, and I was confining, narrowing, limiting the unlimited. I was saying no to God. I was denying God full expression in my life. No more, never again will I ever do that. I can't even imagine playing small, limiting myself, holding back because of fear of anything. No, that's turning my back on God. How could I ever do that? Instead of welcoming God fully in my life now, right here. This is your celebration of love, and that means what? The celebration of the love you are, right? Chills again. You're celebrating the love you are and how much more love you're sharing, you're shining, you're flowing, you're opening to. You're not obstructing or damming the flow of love or the flow of life or the flow of God. You're open fully to that right here now, and that's what you are celebrating. Am I right? Because that is the gift you are, right? Reflect fully on that now. Because that is pure love. And that's what you are here to shine. Pure love. God, not ego, not God. You're here to be that wellspring of infinite love on the planet. Celebrate that, honor that, acknowledge that. Open fully to that being, the gift you are. Is there any question about any of this? Really feel this. You might want to watch this again. You might want to or hear this again if you're not yet part of our chapter Leaders Private Wealth Alliance, where we're doing this as our watch party, as our chapter meeting today. This is through operationgreatness.com/leader, where you're allowing your chapter to be how God is working through you to bless every one of your online friends and everyone in your local area, and then every one of their online friends and everyone in their local areas, and then everyone in theirs. And this is a monumental turning point in human history, because all of us are opening fully to the presence of God, which is the presence of love, which is the celebration of love. Now, no holding back, no limiting the unlimited ever again, right? I used to hold back because I was scared, because I felt like I didn't matter, because I was playing small, because I was coming from scarcity, fear, lack consciousness, because I was limiting God. I was saying no. I'm blocking God because I don't feel worthy. And all of that was from ego, from not God. No more. Never again. I'm sorry, God. I'm not blocking you anymore. I'm opening fully to your presence. I'm allowing you to work through me as the hollow flute, the shakuhachi flute, as your instrument for miracles. Thank you for flowing in my life completely now and blessing everyone I am able to bless, to love, to serve. Like all my online friends, by sharing this podcast with them through my link, so they're joining my Operation Greatness chapter, also through operationgreatness.com/leader, just as I've joined to open to receiving all of the blessings, all of your love, God, leading my chapter, being your instrument for miracles, being your gift in the world, not holding that back in any way, ever. And so many people's lives are transformed through you because they are then leading their own chapters through me. And that's allowing you to work with all of their online friends and to transform them and to bless them and to work through all of their online friends. And this is nothing short of the monumental turning point in human history by all of us doing this, transforming the lives of every one of our online friends and everyone in our local areas as we are allowing your presence, God, in our lives completely, blessing us as much as we are meant to open to and receiving your love, the gift we are here to share, the light you are here to shine to dispel the darkness in the world, now through each of us opening fully to you, God. How much peace do you feel here by allowing this fully and completely yourself? Your work is to receive God 100%. Your purpose is to extend God 100%. To receive God's love yourself and to extend God's love completely in the world is your purpose. Is there any question about any of this? So we're celebrating this fully today, all day now. This is our celebration of love, and every day now, from this moment, is your celebration of love. And that means extending God's love into the world through the gift you are. Every day is your celebration of love. So you're as joyful as you are now, as held as you are now, as much as you are receiving love completely now, you're also extending that completely now. And every day is the celebration of life, of love, of truth, of joy, of happiness, of prosperity, of abundance, of meaning, of fulfillment, of God's presence, of God's love, of God. This is opening to the flow of life, love, God, peace, beauty, abundance, purpose, joy. This is what you are flowing, allowing, receiving, extending, sharing, giving. This is who you are. And this is that celebration. Every moment is that celebration. This is who you are. This is your destiny. This is your purpose. This is your gift. This is your presence. Any questions about any of this? Let's talk about this in our Private Wealth Alliance through operationgreatness.com/leader. Because we can go so much deeper into all of this, and this can serve so much more profoundly through all of us sharing our thoughts. So right now, I want you to go back to the beginning of this conversation, of our celebration of love here, and I want you to make, like we're, 54 minutes? So make 54 posts sharing how this is touching you, how the presence of God is moving through you, and how you are then moving that, allowing that flow to touch the lives of every one of your online friends. So make 54 posts, except do this through your Profit Partner link, because these posts, these 54 posts you are making, is how God is moving through you, how you are allowing God to transform the lives of every one of your online friends. So do that. So use your Profit Partner link with your chapter, so every one of your online friends is joining your Operation Greatness chapter, and then they are able to lead their own Operation Greatness chapters as they are blessing the lives of every one of their online friends and everyone in their local area. And you can bless the lives of everyone in your local area, or allow God to work through you to bless the lives of everyone in your local area as well. And that's how then all of your online friends and everyone in your local area will then do the same thing with every one of their online friends and anyone else in their local area not yet blessed or served or transformed or liberated by the presence of God. So go back to the beginning of this conversation, of this celebration of love, and share your posts, share your thoughts about each point. Take all the posts that you are making, share that with every one of us in our Private Wealth Alliance, and share, each of us can make 100 posts from this conversation, from our celebration of love. And so take the 100 posts that others have shared, and you can bless even that many more of your online friends and everyone in your local area as well by sharing those posts, and add your chapter, your Profit Partner link in each of these posts you're making. You're getting that by leading your own chapter through operationgreatness.com/leader. So, of all your online friends, by them seeing this message, receiving this gift of love, this celebration of love themselves, how many of them would this liberate? Every one of them, right? Who's hearing this and taking this to heart, you would be liberating them. You would be giving them the gift of God, the celebration of love. They would be opening fully to that in their lives, as you are now doing, and then they would lead their own chapters, as we are all doing, right? And that is how you would, or allowing God to be, you would be blessing the lives of all of their online friends, and then all of theirs, and all of theirs, and the gift of love just continues to flow through you, receiving God completely yourself right here, leading your own Operation Greatness chapter, and blessing or allowing God to bless the lives of all of your online friends and everyone in your local area. We're doing this together through operationgreatness.com/leader. And then take all the posts, your 100 posts from this celebration of love, and put them into the essay that you're sending me from this Operation Greatness chapter meeting, and send that to me personally at dan@danclatt.com. Because I thrive on knowing the impact that, quote, which is really God's work, has on people. I love to see that, because that encourages me, that inspires me. Like I mentioned a few days ago, I was feeling like my work was not getting out there and being seen by people. And yet it's true that our gift is just putting it out there, and then it's God's business what happens to it as a result of that. Even if my posts, like my tweets, might be seen by 63 people or 181 people, or, some of them are more, like 3,500 when I make it a pinned post or something, and then it'll be seen more. And yet, anyway, it's God's business, because this is how God is working through every one of us to transform the world. All these things I have done, you will do yourself, and so much more. This is your celebration of love. This is our celebration of love. This is our devotion to love. And I'm so grateful that you're feeling this completely. You're receiving God completely. You're allowing God's love in your life completely at the level of 100%, 100 out of 100. You're receiving God and you're extending God that much as well. I celebrate you. I feel our communion, and it feels so blissful, divine, loving. This is the presence of God, and we are sharing it completely right here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I believe in you. I know how much you matter. Thank you for opening to the presence of God, working fully through your life. Thank you for being God's gift to the world and allowing the miracles that are the result of you receiving God completely. Thank you very much.